On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Aaron Arnold, 25-01099. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people. I'd like to make a motion to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120. I do have APA Ross Martinina to my left.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Arnold.
When was the date that was scheduled for jury trial? The witness here?
Your Honor, the witness has health issues. I informed her, she called me on Friday to let me know that she had medical issues going on and would be unable to attend today. I informed her that the intention was for we entered this morning, so for her to take care of her health.
Seemed to be here. She didn't appear last time.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Awesome.
Your Honor, I mean, this is new information to me. But given the fact that she did not appear last time and apparently has not and would not have appeared today, and move to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss is granted. It's granted without prejudice. The people do have the right to reissue the charge against you. Do you understand that? Yes. Do you have any questions? Get your copy of dismissal in just a moment. Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Harley Buffington, 20-03145. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
May it please the court, David B. Carter Jr. on behalf of Ms. Buffington, who is present standing at counsel table.
Today was the date scheduled for final pre-trial for an assault and battery 2020. Do we have a witness here?
No, Your Honor, the people are unable to proceed at this time.
I'd ask for the dismissal without prejudice, Your Honor.
Motion to dismiss without prejudice is granted. The people do have the right to reissue this within the statutory timeframe. Do you have any questions about that? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Get you a copy of dismissal. We have fingerprints for Harvath.
He is down there now.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Kyron, Cassie, 25-00539. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. The people, or Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Cassie. I have not seen him yet this morning.
Okay, you had contacted him at all?
Not in a couple of weeks, Your Honor. I have since the last hearing, but that was 10 to 15 days ago.
I should make sure.
And Your Honor, would we still be able to note something for the record here?
Yes.
Thank you. It's my understanding from a previous conversation this morning with Ms. Fortuna Gill that the witnesses had not appeared on this and she was intending to dismiss that Mr. Cassie appeared today.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's all I have.
The witness is being, is it Menards?
Yes.
Okay, they were subpoenaed to be here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold the bench warrant for 48 hours.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
The state of Michigan versus Veronica Lawless Marnie, 25-00027. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
And Luke Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office here to represent Ms. Lawless, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Ms. Lawless is scheduled to have a final pre-trial here. This is for child abuse, 3rd and 4th degree. There was an offer previously extended for the plead guilty to count 1. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the defense, it's my understanding that none of the adult witnesses have appeared in this matter. This matter was previously set for a preliminary exam back in April. No witnesses at all appeared for that matter. With that being the case, Your Honor, the defense would move to have this matter dismissed at this time, as we have not seen any evidence of any witnesses.
Who are the adult witnesses?
I just got locked out of my system, Your Honor, at a very terrible time. Can you pull up Lawless Marty for me? I do know that there are officer witnesses in this case, Your Honor, and obviously the officer witnesses, Your Honor, isn't required to attend the final pretrial.
Officers were not, yeah, they wouldn't have
Right.
seen any alleged intent.
Yes, we do have two adult witnesses. It looks like we have a Nathan Dunn and a Rami Marnie, it looks like.
Yeah.
That should have been here today. That should have.
I believe that's the child's father. They have the
Okay,
same-
children's father, okay. Okay, counsel,
Your Honor, at this time, the defense would move to have the matter dismissed.
motion to dismiss is granted without prejudice. I will get you a copy of dismissal in just a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Michigan versus Jamar Major, 25-00864, appearance please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Slater on behalf of Mr. Major, who is standing to my right.
Mr. Major had a final trial today for domestic violence. Do we have a witness here?
We do, Your Honor.
Is there an offer extended on this?
There is no offer at this time, Your Honor.
What's your final proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we'd be asking to continue to the jury trial that is currently scheduled.
Jury trial looks like it's scheduled for July 31st.
That's what I have.
Any matters that we need to address before we adjourn on this today?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of defense.
Do you have any questions today? We'll see you 8 a.m. on the day of your jury trial. State of Michigan versus Andy Lee Scott, 25-00453, appearance please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Scott.
This is scheduled for final pre-trial. Or jury trial. We have a witness here.
Do not, Your Honor. The witness did not appear this morning.
Your Honor, given that fact, I would motion to dismiss at this time.
Motion to dismiss is granted without prejudice. The people have the right to reissue this against you. Do you have any questions about that? Get your copy of dismissal in just a moment. Okay. Do you have anybody else?
I'll try this present.
Do I have a Rembert online? On the record in the matter or matters of the state of Michigan versus Michelle Craig, 25-00275, 25-01217, 25-01226. appearance.
I apologize. Ms. Craig just stepped out of the room to take. My name is-
Just, I'm sorry?
I apologize, Your Honor. She hadn't approached her yet. I didn't know if she was going somewhere.
Counsel Hicks.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Craig for the file ending in, all it is. On the file 25-01217 ST only, I believe Mr. Kareem Johnson represents her on the remaining two files.
Good morning, Mayor. Please the court, Kareem Johnson on behalf of Ms. Craig. Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for pre-trials on this matter. Looks like we have a file with dog stray, another file that's dog at large, vicious dog, and then allowing DWLS. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, the people would move to dismiss the DWLS. That's 25-01217 against Ms. Craig. We did receive documentation from defense counsel this morning, and it's our understanding that Ms. Craig does now have a valid license and the people would move to dismiss.
No objection.
What are we doing with the dog cases?
Your Honor, the number that I have for Ms. Craig was not valid. I need to verify that she has either got a license for the dog or no longer in possession of the dog. I did speak with the prosecutor on this case Friday, and if we can establish that, I think they'd be willing to dismiss this case. I do not believe the dogs belong to her. They belong to her son or another family member, but the dogs were still residing at the house.
The number that you have is correct, ma'am.
She's indicating the number in our system is correct, which is 517-888-6555.
That's the number we have in our file. Is that the number that you have, Mr. Johnson?
Let me pull it up on the file, Your Honor. The number I have went straight to voicemail. I have 888-6555.
That's what we have. She said that's valid.
Okay.
Did you want us to put her in the meeting room so you can talk to her? Or I don't know what you.
Yeah, that's fine with me, Your Honor, if we can address this today.
Okay, we'll put you in that. You have your phone with you? What do you mean? Excuse me? All right, do you understand what's going on today? Because I've noticed your behavior. You seem a little disoriented.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Of course, her attorney who's on this file can't approach.
Understood. I've been trying to get a hold of him, but I don't have his contact information. I have Ms. Fortuna Gill, I think
Okay, you probably want to go off or meet or discuss this with her other counsel. So if we could log her in and then you'll talk to him and then she can speak.
I can do that, absolutely.
Is Mr. Raleigh back in here?
I think he's sitting just outside. Would you like me to join on mine or on the court tablet?
We can put her on the court because she needs to speak to him privately and then you will
Understood.
probably have other matters to address.
Very good, thank you. She gets the iPad.
Mr. Hanson just walked.
He did, yes. He was the 8 a.m. this morning that you put a 48-hour hold on.
You have a file? Get back on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Kyron Hassie 25-00539. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter, still on behalf of Mr. Hassie, who is joining me at council table.
Okay, Mr. Hassie, did you know you're supposed to be here at 8 a.m.?
I thought it was 9 o'clock, I'm sorry.
I'm looking for you. I don't think the witness appeared. That's correct,
Your
right?
Honor.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would make a motion to dismiss.
A motion to dismiss is granted without prejudice. We'll get your dismissal in just a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
I'm gonna hand it over to him.
Yeah, there's no room available, but
Oh, great. Thanks.
yeah.
She's gonna put you there. Thanks.
Okay. Dismissing both.
Yeah, we were trying to get it settled so that he wouldn't have to come, but
Oh, what happened?
it was difficult to get a hold of this victim. At the last court appearance, he handed me a letter from the neighbor that had indicated that he had paid the vet bills. And I tried to contact her just to confirm the authenticity of that letter. I haven't been able to. I've called her about 4 or 5 times. So we're prepared to dismiss.
And there he goes right there.
Yeah, that's okay. You're okay.
On the record in the matters of the state of Michigan versus Dennis Harvath, 25-00917 and 918. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Harvath. Pardon me? It's still on the record, Mr. Harvath. We'll just make it-
I don't know, I'm hard of hearing.
Okay. Today was the date scheduled for final pretrial for a dog malicious destruction of property and dog at large. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the people have moved to dismiss both of these cases at this time. The people have received letters that indicate compliance, and we would move to dismiss these cases against Mr. Harvath.
Okay, dismissal is granted. You're all set, sir.
Thank you, young lady.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. You everyone have a great and safe day.
Same to
You
you,
as
sir.
well, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Okay,
Did they seem good?
as soon as Mr. Riley comes back, we can handle Mr. Rembert. Mr. Rembert. Who's on Frank's iPhone?
Hi, hello.
What's your name? What is your name?
Frank Roberson.
Thank you. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Willie Albert Rembert, 25-01442. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Rembert.
Okay, Mr. Rembert has a domestic violence pretrial today. Was there an offer at all, or are we proceeding to final pretrial?
There is no offer this time around.
And defense would be requesting final pretrial.
Final pretrial, June 30th at 8 AM. And
All of them, they're muting me.
August 4th at 8. But- August 4th, you said? Virginia check. Okay, final pretrial for you, Mr. Rembert, June 30th, 8 AM. Jury trial will be August 4th, 8 AM. Both you must appear in person. Do you understand that?
You can repeat the dates to me?
June 30th and August 4th,
Okay, thank you. You said what time?
8 o'clock in the morning, in person at the court.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions at this time?
They both at 8 AM?
That is correct.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Okay, State of Michigan versus Robert Ashbaw, 25-01445. Please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Don't know if I see them, Robert Ashbaw. Heard from Robert Ashbaw,
I spoke with him on Thursday.
was expected to be here.
He was, Your Honor.
Mr. Rembert, you're free to go. I sure think so. Who's representing Mr. Roberson? At 10 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. That's that's me.
You ready to proceed?
Is he logged in? I missed that.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
On the record, in the matter of the State of Michigan versus Frank Roberson, 25-00248, appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter, on behalf of Mr. Roberson, who is joining us via Zoom.
Mr. Roberson. Mr. Roberson. Unmute your device, please.
You know my screen protector.
Hello?
Who's talking in the background? Can you hear us?
Hey, here's one.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you guys.
Well, we can hear you. I don't know what's going on your end.
What did I do?
You need to adjust your volume. Okay, let's see. Can you hear us now?
No, you have to appear in person, dude. It says
Who is
I do.
talking? Who is
In
talking?
courtroom 4 where I live. Look,
They can't hear us.
Right.
courtroom 4.
Yeah, but give me this.
Was it your intention to set this for a final pretrial?
Yes.
But look what they checked. It says
See you on the floor.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Who are you?
My name is Ellen Dutcher.
Oh, she's one of the show causes at 9.
Okay, let's see here. Final pre-trial,
June 30th.
June 30th in person. He left. I don't see him anymore. So I don't know if the side conversation he had rendered him to want to come in. I don't think he was early anyways, so.
He was a little bit early, yeah.
June 30th and jury trial. August 4th. August 4th, in case he doesn't appear.
Thank you.
Where's Miss Craig?
She set up in the hall. What's right? She was just outside the door.
Miss Craig? Okay, back on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Michelle Craig. And this is in file numbers ending in 275 and 226. Just met privately with Mr. Johnson. However, I have a concern that you're under the influence of something. You're under the influence of the Holy Spirit.
Ma'am,
So if I have you remanded and tested, it's gonna be clean. Did you answer my question?
Ms. Craig, I advise you to remain silent at this point in time.
I'm gonna have her taken into custody for a PVT.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Craig, do not make any statements to anybody.
You know that you're responsible for my ID. You have paperwork you had a year ago.
You're talking to him?
I'm talking to you.
You're not talking to me.
I am.
You know, you're not. As you can be held in contempt, you keep talking to me.
It's gotta go downstairs.
Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Craig, it is my intention to ask the court to adjourn this pretrial. I do have, after speaking with her and speaking with co-counsel, some serious questions about her competency, criminal responsibility, based on statements that she made to me.
I can understand that. The matter will be adjourned, and so is your intentions to submit paperwork for her to have a competency evaluation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
June 30th at 10:30.
We'll reset it to June 30th. At what time? 10:30. 10:30. Does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor. And can I check back in to get the results of this potential bond violation?
Yes.
Right. Thank
We'll be
you.
here. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, let's see. Have we seen, is it Makia Bowers at all? Okay. Picture. Have we seen Tori Thomas?
That's my client. I can tell you the most recent information I have is that he may be hospitalized. Social worker in my office spoke to someone at Severo Hospital on Friday. Was not able to confirm or deny that until they get some sort of release of information from him. I think that we will get that very soon.
Okay, I'll issue a big warrant. I'll put 48 hours.
Thank you.
I'm assuming Chelsea Charis is downstairs,
Yes, I think that's what you wanted.
as well as Shamus McCann.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, on the record in the matter of the, or matters of the state of Michigan versus Ellen Dutcher, 24L28842414 42 and 43. Ms. Dutcher, you can unmute yourself now.
Okay.
These matters were scheduled. Can you hear me?
I can now. Thank you.
These matters were scheduled for show cause hearings today because you owe some money. There's a no plate violation that you owe $156 on. There's a no proof of insurance that you owe $234 on. And then there's a disobeyed traffic signal that you owe $198 on.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you intend to pay those today?
Oh, I can't, I don't have I have $80 today. Can I make
Sorry?
arrangements?
Yes, you can make arrangements. When can you make a payment and how much?
I can make a payment on the 27th, that's the last Friday of the month, I believe. And I can pay 10% of the total, which what it is about $70. Does that sound right? I didn't add it up. Or I can pay like 80.
Just a moment. Let's see, it's less than that, but 198. Your total is $588, so you're gonna pay no less than $50 on the 27th?
Absolutely.
And will you be paying $50 per month until paid in full?
At least.
Okay. Okay, you'll make your first payment the 27th of this month. You can make it at the court in person. You can mail, check, or money order as long as you put your case number on there, or you can go on the court website and use your case number to make payment, okay?
Oh, that's easy. Okay, I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today.
All right, bye-bye.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's why you got that office. The only reason to do that.
Okay, there's no privacy in that comment. I thought we were bringing up McMahon.
McMahon is on, he's supposed to be polygraph.
Oh, well, they never put him on. Okay. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Kelsey Chairs 24-02909, appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Juris.
There was a date scheduled for a sentencing. I have a pre-sentence report. It was prepared on June 5th, 2025. A copy of that, counsel.
As we did, Your Honor.
You make corrections, updates, or deletion.
Main thing, it lists several bench warrants out of the 5684. My client is currently in custody in Butte County, so I don't see why bench warrants would be active at that point. Here, county's part of not clearing those. But
How long has she been in custody for them? Well, I would hope they would clear those warrants up then. I don't know. This was prepared, said June 5th, but possibly, it's possible that the author of the report pulled that information maybe a week prior. And so it was dated at the time that they put that information on it. Any other changes?
that is the only factual change here.
You can make out.
My client is currently serving a sentence in Eden County. She's expected to get out September 25th. Is that right? I know this report does recommend probation sentence, but given that incarcerated for 3 months, I would ask that the court consider sentencing her to a concurrent jail sentence.
I want to make a statement. Cher has a pretty significant criminal history. Also that although these warrants were cleared, we got 3 different files that was listed on this report and that were pending at the time. Have they been resolved?
I believe so. She's serving a sentence for violating probation on one of those listed files around.
And then there was shoplifting. And all 3, there was 2 new, it looks like 2 new ones. So it says bench warrant 22 file for shoplifting, and then there was 2 other files. So all of those matters have been resolved? Yes, ma'am. So this is part of the issue, I think, with the report. The lien report I have was printed in April. That's why they have dated information. They didn't print an updated lien report. Were you employed prior to your incarceration? I get Social Security. So you're not able to work? You have a permanent disability? No. The concern that I have with the report, are you currently pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then there's substance abuse issue. And they're not ordering any treatment out of 56A?
Just, I handed out after the counseling, PMH, outpatient.
Were you engaging with CMH prior to this? Okay. You weren't engaging with CMH, but you have a mental disability? That's a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And you had housing?
Yeah, low income housing.
How far along were you in your pregnancy?
36 weeks.
So you're going to give birth in jail,
Yes.
and someone's gonna come get your child?
Yeah.
Is this your first child?
Yes.
I think that when I review your prior criminal history, to look at the circumstances that you're in now, I don't know that you have the tools necessary to be successful, because you've not been on a good track up to this point. Looks like you've been in and out of the court since 2009 with very similar charges, theft related charges, and that it all stems from substance abuse. So you need treatment. You recognize that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So for those reasons, I'm not going to give her a straight jail sentence. She's going to be ordered to 10 months probation. And she has to do intensive outpatient treatment as a part of that probation. Your probation will begin once you're released from custody, okay? You'll report via Zoom. Once you are released from custody, you need to check in with probation at this court within 48 hours of your release. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not to possess any firearms, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription. You will be required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and urinalysis testing. You have to pay the cost of that. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not to be at any bars or any nightclub. And you are required to engage with CMH and your mental health counseling. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, Your Honor.
It is $75 crime victim right fee that must be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost that also must be assessed. This a $300 probation oversight fee because it's $30 per month for probation. However, because I recognize that you may have some financial, limitations when you get out of custody, that you need to prioritize your testing and your treatment first before paying that $300 for oversight fees. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you are successful with your probation, then I can handle that $300 another way, but I can't keep you on probation if you're not doing the testing. Okay, so that has to happen. Okay. That way you can stay out, hopefully, be with your child and create a healthy environment for you and your child, okay? Okay, do you have any questions at this time?
No.
What date is she supposed to be released from, Aiken County?
September 25th.
Okay, you're all set for now. Congratulations to you on the birth of your child.
Over here. Your Honor. For me that he is downstairs, so I'll bring him up now.
Thank you. What, she used to call me like, I'm not supposed to share, I ain't off for summer. Okay, let's see here. This is Hecerman here.
Yes, ma'am.
Does she have a she applied for one? I think you don't have an appearance.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Email Jeff McCann about it, and then Jeff McCann switched to the scale. Frank.
Do we have a public defender out there?
I can see.
We see that Ms. Hecerman applied for public defender, but we don't know if she was granted one.
Yes, Mr. Raleigh.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, we happen to, do you know if we got a notice to appear printed out for Mr. Roberson earlier? He is here in person now.
Yes, he can come in the courtroom. Roberson?
Yes, he was the gentleman who was on Zoom earlier with the audio, so he rushed in.
No, that's all right.
Mr. Roberson has a final pretrial in person at the court on June 30th, and then jury trial in person August 4th.
Thank you. Just your reminder. So this one- This is the in person. Yeah, perfect, thanks.
Mr. Raleigh out there?
You want a second row?
I'm gonna be like, everybody has them. So,
Mr. Raleigh,
Yes,
you have Ms. Heckerman here?
okay, I do need to speak to her if I can.
Okay. On the record, in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Sheamus McCann, 20-01126, appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter standing in for Attorney Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Sheamus McCann, who is standing to my right.
Is he supposed to be scheduled for 2 days today?
No, Your Honor, just the sentencing, I believe. I believe we resolved all those other cases. It's just sentencing.
I have a trespassing that was scheduled set for sentencing today.
That was this.
25-01189.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember what that was. So he had a city case that he pled to at the same time, and there was. Let me pull up my notes, because that trespass was mine, and he did already do a global plea there, but I don't think we set up for sentencing. I think there was maybe a show cause for a payment.
He has been sentenced.
That one. It just says, the last thing that it says was that he pled guilty, disposed on guilty plea.
Yeah, he hasn't been sentenced. That's why it was sent. That's why it's in here. Should have been, because he hasn't been sentenced. Okay, well, we'll address both, I guess. On the 126. Looks like I do have a pre-sentence report that was prepared on June 6th. You got a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any changes or updates need to be made?
All right, 1 minute, just switching tabs here. My system goes slow. The only correction I believe there is to update the credit. I think the math at the time was from June 6th. His updated credit as of today, I believe it's 57 days, not 46, or not 47. Beyond that, Your Honor, I believe there are no additional updates, corrections, or deletions. 57 days.
Make allocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McCann and I did review this PSI last week, and I discussed with him the kind of interesting choice he has here of this being a 93-day misdemeanor with his 57 days credit. And quite frankly, for some people, I recommend they just ask for the remaining jail credit. But Mr. McCann immediately, without any wavering, said, no, I want probation. I want the chance to gain sobriety. I want the chance to live. And that's been a consistent hope and desire and plan for him throughout the entirety of my representation in this case, as well as Ms. Schroeder's in this case. He understands that he's got some issues and he's running out of opportunity and ways to get a life built for himself. And he sees probation very much as one of the best opportunities he has at taking advantage of any kind of programming and assistance or resources that a structured system like the court and probation can provide to him. So as opposed to taking the quote unquote easy way out, just finishing a jail sentence and being done with this, he wants the court to give him probation. He wants to do the intensive outpatient programming that's recommended by probation here. He wants to do the programming, the batterers intervention programming. He wants to continue working. He's got employment set up and that's going to be continuing. It's good, stable, positive employment for him. He wants to take advantage of everything the court is willing to allow him to take advantage of here. And so largely this is going to be a request to adopt the recommendation in its entirety with a request to waive any possible discretionary fines. He is indigent. He does have employment, but he's been out of a job for some time given his incarceration. And while he's going to be starting up again, it'll take time to build up his resources. And he is going to be paying for drops in classes and programming. He does want the court to know that he has been involved in both AA and NA. He did those voluntarily within the jail. He does those every Thursday and Friday, every week. He's also been involved with CATS doing their anger management program as well as their coping skills class. And he's very hopeful about continuing the same or similar classes outside in probation. He is also involved in setup with CMA for continuing assistance after his release. And so, Your Honor, I'd ask the court to adopt the recommendation. I think he's got a lot of hope and belief about what it can do for him and the commitment he can make to it. Thank you.
Did you want to make a statement at all?
You can talk to her if you want to say, you don't have to, if you want to say something, you can.
Okay. And my understanding is that he is eligible for status under 769.4A.
That is correct, Your Honor, yes.
So he would need to do probation if he wanted to avail himself of that special status, making this a non-public after successful completion of probation. I'm happy to hear that you have such a positive outlook and that you're eager to start your life and hopefully now do better with some things that you were struggling with before. You're very young. I looked at your date of birth. You have plenty of time ahead of you that you could steer your life in a different direction, but that's completely up to you. You lived or live in Chicago? Is that what's going on?
Yes, I live in Chicago area.
Okay, but you're now going to be staying or residing here?
Yes, sure.
Okay. What address will you be staying at?
I have a mailing address. It's 1224 East Malcolm X, but I'll be residing at the One Cross Shelter.
Okay. Whose mailing address is that?
My brother's.
Oh. Going to put you on a term of probation. It's recommending 12 months, but I think I'm going to do 9 months probation. While on probation, you have the following conditions. I will grant 769.4A. Going to continue the no contact order with the victim, Angel Naranjo. Then you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or any drug unless you have a valid prescription. You're not to be in any bars or nightclubs, and you are required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and urinalysis testing. You need to pay the cost of that, okay?
Sure.
Ordering you to participate in intensive outpatient treatment, as well as the Batterers Intervention Program. Will obtain employment and provide evidence of that employment to your probation officer, okay?
Sure.
Do you have any questions at this time? There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost that must be assessed. Probation is $30 per month. So that's $270 in oversight fees. I'll waive discretionary fines and costs. Okay. You'll have the opportunity to make monthly payments on your fines and costs. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, your report, you're only being held on this or something else?
Just this, Your Honor.
Okay, your report to probation within 48 hours of your release from custody, okay?
Sure.
And then as to the city matters,
If I may, Your Honor,
yes,
I would ask the court to consider time served on that.
credit time, sir.
Thank you. And just for my own note, can we clarify which file number that is?
That's 25-01189.
Thank you very much.
You're all set, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Doctor?
We have Ms. Lockett here and then Mr. Lurma's in the back. I believe Mr. Lawler's already spoken with them.
Yeah, I think he's in the meeting with
Yeah.
someone. Who's this person here?
And that's Mr. Raleigh's plan as well.
Ramisha Turner. Okay, no, she's not responsive. Mr. Riley, are you ready with Ackerman?
We are.
Okay, on the record in the
I'm here. Hello, hi, Your Honor.
Oh, she's there.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Amber Hecerman, 25-01463. Appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Heckerman.
Hecerman has a domestic violence pretrial.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I did that intentionally because I'm on the record.
Okay.
And that's not in your file. Okay, I have a bond violation for Ms. Hecerman.
You have a what?
A bond violation. I have a PA 53 violation here from June 6. The allegations here allege that Ms. Hecerman violated her bond conditions and violated section 2, 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, 5E, 5G, 5P, Q, R, S, and U of her bond condition.
How did I violate?
You have the right to remain silent. So anything you say can be used against you. The other thing is you'll talk to your attorney in private. You won't blurt out on my record, okay?
My apologies. Yes, ma'am.
Again, you have the right to have a contested hearing. I do have a police report that was submitted to the court in support of the request for appropriation, I'm sorry, for a bond violation. The allegations are that on or about June 5th at 1740 hours, officers were dispatched to 330 North Walnut Street, Apartment 2, referencing a civil complaint of locks being changed at the residence. It says the officers spoke with the reporting person via phone who advised that there was a PA 53 against his mother for domestic assault who was at the residence requesting the locks to be changed. Officers made contact with the alleged victim, Damian Woods. Wood advised that he and his mother, Amber Hecerman, both live at the North Walnut address. Wood advised today that Amber contacted the landlord to get the locks changed. While the locks were being changed, Wood advised to the police that he has a PPO on the defendant. Wood stated that while he was at the residence, that Ms. Hecerman arrived between 12 and 1 o'clock. Wood stated that they both saw each other but did not say anything as he went on about his day. Woods then left the residence at approximately 1500 hours, advising that Amber was still there at the time. When Woods arrived back home, he advised that Amber had left in an unknown direction from the residence. Woods advised this was a daily occurrence, that Amber would show up to shower, complain about anything and everything, then leave the residence. Woods stated that Amber shows up at any hour of the day. It should be noted, the report stated, that this was no concern to Woods as he advised his mother is fine to him. Woods stated he does not wish to proceed with any charges. You have the right to have a contested hearing on this matter, the right to be represented by your attorney at that hearing. If you're found to be in violation of your bond conditions, your bond can be revoked and you could be sitting in jail until this matter is resolved. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She wants to plead not guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming we're setting this for final pre-trial.
There's no offer at this time, Your Honor.
No.
That would be a request.
June 30th at 8 a.m. for the final pre-trial.
June 30th, 8 a.m. in person at the court for both final pre-trial and PA 53 hearing.
Did you say June 30th?
That's correct. August 18th. And jury trial will be August 18th at 8 AM. Both at 8 AM, both in person at the court. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people.
No, Your Honor.
We'll see you on June 30th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lurma is here, Lee Lurma.
Yes, sir.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Lee Enrique Lurma III, 25-01462, appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Lurma.
Mr. Lurma has one count of domestic violence. Was there an offer on this?
There's no offer at this time, Your Honor.
We'll be requesting final pretrial.
Final pre-trial, July 14th. July 14th, 8 AM in person at the court for your final pre-trial, okay? Pre-trial on 18th. August 18th at 8 AM for jury trial. Do you have any questions at this time? We'll get you your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Denanishia Lockett, 25-00819, appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Ms. Lockett, who is approaching council table now.
Okay, Ms. Lockett was supposed to bring her unlicensed dog into compliance. Was that able to take place?
Actually, Your Honor, if I may, we had reached an agreement at the last hearing regarding both files today. I believe the court rescheduled this because she had not yet completed her fingerprints, which she has now done.
Both files?
Yes, she has a retail fraud file as well, Your Honor. And I don't know why it's not on the docket today, but that was what happened at the last hearing.
Is there anything on her indicating she needed some fingerprints done?
On 5/19, both files were in front of Your Honor that day. There was a plea to trespass with a Kilbert of fines and costs, dismissal of the retail fraud second. And at that time, you advised those fingerprints weren't done.
Yeah, the only note I have on this is from May 5th. I don't have anything for May 19th. And
Retail fraud is scheduled for the 30th.
Retail fraud is scheduled for the 30th.
We would like it, if possible, to accomplish the plea on both files today, since that's worked out, but I don't know if the court can do that without the file here.
You can just go get the file.
Yeah, the people are fine with that.
There you go get them. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Ramisha Turner, 22-02501. Ms. Turner, this was a this was a show cause. Looks like you owe $946. $946.
I had got pulled over and they arrested me and I bonded out. I paid it and they told me that the money that I paid could go towards the court cost.
The bond is not in your name.
Yeah, so my brother wrote an email, I don't know her name. She told him to email it to her specifically and she would turn it into you.
He did not write the email. That's why this was set for show cause.
I'm not sure what happened. I have a screenshot of what he sent to her, but if it's okay, I can have him redo it.
Are you talking about an email from May 16th from a niche1attack@gmail.com?
Yes, and then he also sent one from it would have been Jason Wilder.
Okay, yeah, I don't have the other one. Is your brother can't log on to Zoom with you?
No, my brother doesn't live here.
Zoom, you can be anywhere in the world and log in. I asked if he can log in Zoom.
No, he wouldn't be able to. He's at work and he was unaware of my court case this morning.
But you want me to apply 1,000 of his dollars to this case? And he can't log in and tell me that he gives permission for that?
Yes, because he was unaware that I had this court case this morning. And he drives trucks over the road, so he wouldn't be able to physically do that. That's why he emailed her. With a copy of his ID, he also sent in everything else that she asked him to send in.
Is, Marquita here?
No, she's on the job, but she did come down here regarding this, she said she never got the other email.
Well, Ms. Turner, I don't have any other email. The only email that I have that, which does have a copy of an Alabama driving license, is the one that came from a Miss Nisha one attack at gmail.com. I was provided that information on or about May 16th. I said that was insufficient for me to turn over $1,000 in someone else's name. You can advise your brother that he needs to appear before my court virtually and give me permission to apply that bond, and then that'll take care of that. Otherwise, you need to make payment. I'm gonna give you a new date, okay?
Yes. Okay, so hold on. My brother doesn't live here. So what happens to the money that I just sent in there? Because I don't have that money to just lose out on. I had
What
to
money
borrow that to
What money are you
even
talking about? What money?
the 900 and it was like 940 something dollars. I had to physically pay my brother back that money.
That has nothing to do with the court. I don't know what you gave your brother. All I know is that there was
No,
a
I'm talking
bond that
about
was,
the money the
don't
court
talk over me.
took.
Do not talk over me. Do not talk over me. There was a bond posted in your brother's name. We cannot apply a bond in someone else's name. They actually have to come to the court and sign it over. I'm giving you a courtesy of letting your brother appear via Zoom. He could be anywhere on the planet Earth and appear from Zoom. You don't have to live here. You just have to live on the planet of Earth.
Okay, I
Okay?
thought you meant you wanted him to appear in your courtroom.
No, he needs to log in via Zoom with a video and give me permission to apply the money that he put in his name to your account. If he wanted, because he could have paid for the bond and put it in your name, but that's not what happened. He put it in his name. So he has to give me permission to apply this to your account. Otherwise, you're responsible for it. And the court doesn't get involved into whatever private agreement you and your brother had for repayment. We don't know anything about that. So he just needs to come to the court, and he can do that via Zoom. And then he needs to let the court know that he is giving permission to apply this bond. And I'm gonna give you a new date so that you can tell your brother of this date and he can appear for that purpose. If he does not appear on that date and or we don't have a payment by that time, then I'll have to move forward with a bench warrant, okay?
Okay.
June 30th at 9:15.
June 30th at 9:15.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thanks.
Is this the file?
Yes.
Okay, back on the record in the matter of Denanishia Lockett, I do have file number 25-00827 as well. And you said that there was a global resolution.
That's correct, Your Honor. We do have a plea sheet filled out if I may approve. Or
Thank you. Yep. You have an advice rights. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the offer is to plead to a trespass. You want to accept that? Yes. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? I do. Thank you. This is an advice of rights. It goes over all the rights that you are, that, or many of the rights, I should say, that are available to you during this criminal prosecution, including your right to the presumption that you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to maintain that presumption and move this case to trial and require the prosecutor to prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt before you are deemed to be guilty. Do you understand that? Yes. You have the right to remain silent at any trial and not have silence be used against you. The right to see, hear, or question any witness the prosecutor calls to testify against you. The right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf. You can waive your silence and testify at your trial if you'd like. You understand all of those rights? I do. You want to give each of those rights up? Yeah. Anyone threatening you to get you to give these rights up? No. Any promises extended to you if you give up your rights and plead guilty to the amended charge? No. And are you seeking to plead guilty because you believe you're guilty? Yeah. As to the amended charge of trespass, how do you plead? Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lockett, is it true that on or about February 26th of 2025, you are present at or near 500 East Edgewood Boulevard, commonly known as Target? Yeah. And that's in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan? Yeah. And is it true that while you were there, you were present or behaving in a way that was against the wishes of Target? Yeah. And that's known as trespass? Yeah. Being against the wishes. Thank you. Your Honor, I believe that satisfied the factual basis.
Any questions for the prosecution?
People are satisfied.
The court will accept the plea of finding a plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. This listed her as homeless. Is she without housing at this time?
I'm in the process of moving out.
Are you employed?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm a manager of Steak and Shake.
You said Steak and Shake?
Yeah.
So you work 40 hours there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sentence you to complete 10 hours of community service. I'll give you 90 days to complete it. Half of those hours must be completed at the LMTS Outreach Center, okay? And then you can get the list from probation as to where you can complete the other 5 hours, okay?
And I don't know if you're already doing it or you, if you want to write down the contact information for LMTS for her.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions at this time? No. 90 days, I think is more than sufficient time for you to do that. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
You're all set. Okay, I have Thecarus. Alexander, is that yours?
It is mine, Your Honor.
Are you ready?
I believe so. I just want to double check my note from last week.
Okay, and then I have. What's your name again, sir? Ramos?
That should be a plea.
That was your fine. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Material Dad Ramos, 19-04415, appearance, please.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Ramos.
Mr. Ramos, today with dates set for a plea. This is of the original charge of operating while intoxicated. Second, what's the offer?
Your Honor, the offer is for the defendant to plead to an OWI and for there to be a sentencing agreement to no upfront jail.
This is OWI first.
Yes, Your Honor. Or is that the charge or is that?
The charge is OWI second.
Yes.
So the offer is for OWI first?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. And may I approach you?
Yes. Thank you.
Just give me nice rights.
Oh, yeah, of course. I also have the advice of rights.
Thank you. Mr. Ramos, you want to accept the offer and plead guilty to operating while intoxicated first offense?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. The advice of rights, plea information, is this your signature?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
You went over these rights with your attorney?
Yes.
You understand each of these
Yes, I
rights?
do, Your Honor.
And you want to give all of those rights up in order to plead guilty to the operating while intoxicated?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have the right to the presumption that you are innocent until proven guilty. You can maintain that presumption and continue to trial and require that the prosecutor first prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that right?
Yes, I do, Your
You
Honor.
willing to give that right up?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to remain silent at any trial and not have silence be used against you. Your right to subpoena witnesses to your trial that could testify on your behalf and to present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. And your right to see, hear, and question in court any of the witnesses called to testify against you. You recognize those rights that you'd be giving up?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Is anyone threatening you to get you to give these rights up?
No, Your Honor.
Any promises extended to you for you to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation at this time?
No, Your Honor.
What about parole?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any other court cases pending?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that by pleading guilty, it could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, or you may need to report this conviction on a future job application.
I understand, Your Honor.
It also could have impact on travel or immigration status. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of operating while intoxicated first, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Ramos, were you in the early morning hours of October 22nd, 2019, were you driving a motor vehicle in the area of Saginaw Street and Large? Yes, I was. And this is in the city of Lansing? Yes. You consumed some alcohol prior to driving? Yes, I did. And did you have contact with police? Yes, I did. The day it stopped you? Correct. After speaking with you, did the police ask you to submit to a preliminary breath test? Yes. At the roadside? Yes, I did. And after that and some other field sobriety tests, is it true that they made the decision to arrest you on suspicion of operating while intoxicated? Yes, I did. And then after taking you back to Lansing Police headquarters, did they ask you to submit to a data master breath test? Yes, I did. And I believe the result is reported to be 0.16 blood alcohol content. That is, do you have any reason to believe that is incorrect? No.
Any questions from the prosecutor?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. The matter is scheduled for sentencing August 11th at 9 a.m. When you leave here, you'll go down and check in with probation so they can get you set up for a pre-sentence interview, okay? Do you have any questions at this time?
Do I need any type of work to go down there to talk to them or just go down there?
Nope, you're going straight down there. She'll take you down there, okay? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people there.
You're all set for today. We'll get your notice.
Your Honor, we are ready to proceed on Mr. Alexander.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Thecarus Alexander 25-01490. Appearance, please.
Haley Martinez on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Alexander, who joins us via Zoom.
Mr. Alexander was scheduled for a pre-trial. This is for a domestic violence charge. How are we proceeding?
There is no offer at this time from the people, Your Honor.
We'd ask for a final pre-trial.
Final pre-trial July 14th at 8 a.m. Jury trial August 18th at 8 a.m.
Final pre-trial July 14th in person at the court, and then jury trial August 18th in person at the court. You understand that, Mr. Alexander?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Nothing further. Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Alexander.
All right.
Martin Benson's not here. He is not jumping. I'm aware.
May I ask a question about tomorrow?
Yes.
For Mr. Swift and his breach of the peace, would the court be amenable to my appearing and waiving his appearance or him appearing over Zoom for that?
He's a civil infraction. He's giving you authority.
That's correct, yes.
I can just give you the fine. He doesn't need to appear.
Okay.
What's your name, sir? Can you unmute? You have to unmute first.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, what's your name?
Robert Ashbaw.
He was fine, Your Honor, from 8:30.
You were supposed to be here at 8:30.
I was. I couldn't figure out how to use the Zoom thing. I just got it. I just got it. Oh.
Okay. I'm assuming you were requesting the final pre-trial.
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
I apologize for that. It's my first time doing the video then.
Your next court dates will be in person, so you won't have to do it.
Okay, thank you. Oh, man, my bad.
Final retrial in July.
Is my video still present?
Yes.
See it, man.
I would too,
9/14.
but yes, to be completely transparent.
And July trial.
Okay, your final pretrial is in person at the court, July 14th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Jury trial is September 8th at 8 a.m. in person at the court.
Okay, what was that first date again, please?
July 14th.
Okay.
You're all set.
At 8 a.m.?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus William Calvin Kirby II, 25-01240. Appearance, please.
Jacob Perone on behalf of William Kirby, who's appearing via Zoom.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Kirby's bond has been revoked. He needs to turn himself in on the warrant.
Well, why has it been revoked?
His GPS tether was suspended.
Okay, I'll get it addressed with him.
No, he needs to turn himself in. He should have been had his GPS taken care of. I signed this warrant on May 27th.
Okay, I'll get him turned in.
Thank you. We'll reset this after he's dealt with the bench warrant.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's all we got.